This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, with Allie LaForge reporting courtside. For the Denver Nuggets, they come in off that loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. Gonna be the Nuggets off the tip. So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's gonna have a discussion on the sideline. And this matchup always, Clark, seems to produce some fireworks.
Well, again, when conference opponents are this familiar, Kevin, things tend to get ramped up, heated up, intensified, if you will. You know, for all of his agility and craftiness and slick moves, Jokic not afraid to go old school and just throw it down on you.
Now, here's Jokic. Takes the three. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. McDaniels outside. And it's blocked by Karolinko. Here's Edwards. Good for the basket. Starting off 1-for-1 with that shot.
Boy, you like to see Edwards doing work on the glass, hitting the boards there, using his strength and athleticism to extend plays.
And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Another miss by Jokic.
They're a little slow out of the gates. Just 1 for 4 from the field so far.
Poked away. And stolen by Murray. Here's Isaac. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
A 1 for 5 start so far. Not what they envisioned coming into this game.
This past postseason, the Nuggets, Clark, were a part of 2 thrilling Game 7 series.
Yes, indeed they were. They beat the Clippers in the first round and then fell to the Thunder in a very competitive series and ended up giving the eventual NBA champs their toughest test of the postseason.
Jokic with the bucket.
I have a lot of respect for Jokic's feel for the game. He plays the right way, sees everything, great vision, and he processes what he sees so quickly.
Back to Reed. That's in, coming off the assist from Edwards.
And the offense, I mean, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
Back to Jokic. Goes up on the high post. And it's McDaniels with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And here's Edwards from the arc. It's rebounded by Jamal Murray.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Sinks the triple.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Pass to Reddish. And stolen by Murray. Johnson, a wide-open look. And again, Denver with the triple.
Really easy to appreciate Isaac. I mean, solid teammate who's always ready to share the sugar.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Now here's Murray. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And it's Jokic missing.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
The Timberwolves working the ball around. Edwards' shot is good.
Well, Edwards looking almost automatic there. Didn't wait too long to put that shot up.
Clark Naz Reed, a former 6-man award winner in this league.
Yeah, I tell you, he was given the nickname Big Jelly in high school, and it has stuck with him. In fact, they've got some great T-shirts with that on it. And to be honest, I like it. I just would like to know the backstory as to how he became Big Jelly. His game is pretty sweet, too.
Back to Jokic. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Back to Murray. Pass to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Jokic.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Missed inside.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Jokic slams it in.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, you can play over the top.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Well, the Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. Kevin?
Fills it up with the best. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Pass to Watson. Back to Podziemski. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Minnesota ball.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Shannon. And there's the whistle. That's going to go on Christian Braun. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
So it's the Timberwolves now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And having a star in Anthony Edwards, Clark, with so much confidence, what kind of impact does that have for the Wolves?
Well, it's huge. I mean, he wants the pressure of carrying the team, and with his outgoing nature and skill set, that mentality, I think, permeates the team and gives it great confidence.
And when it comes to team building, GA, there's been a debate about whether the two-star or three-star approach is more effective.
Kevin, for me, I think it comes down to fit more than anything. It doesn't matter how many stars you have if they don't mesh, and if they're not comfortable in the role that's carved out for them on that respective team.
Murray outside. Pass to Jokic. Stolen. Here's Fleming. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Johnson outside. Here's Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
And he had more than enough room there for one of those trademark slams that he's become noted for.
And Greg, don't you think once he got that space, you just knew it was going to happen?
So did the defense.
Yeah, that's right.
And I tell you what, he does not squander those chances. I mean, he's always going to punch it home with that kind of chance.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Both teams deciding to change it up. 1:44 left in the first half. To the paint. Here's Reed. And Reed throws it down.
That's what you want to see. Reed playing big in there.
Murray with it. Still yet to score. Jokic with it. Picked up by Edwards. Pass to Watson. Clock at 6. Murray looking around. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. 1:11 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Edwards. It's stolen by Watson. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
The Timberwolves working the ball around them. Good on the three-point shot. Reddish has got the lead up to 6 now for Minnesota.
We've seen McDaniels improve as a decision maker, and it shows with passes like that.
Murray, good.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves lead by 4. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet.
Nice read by Edwards there, finding a wide open teammate and sending the ball his way on target.
Pass to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. And he hits the jump shot. Murray's got his 2nd basket.
Tell you what, if Murray's on your team, you got to feel comfortable when he's working the pick and roll. His shooting, speed, and passing all make him hard to guard.
A nice shot by McDaniels.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And we saw last season the Nuggets, GA, in the final week of the regular season, making a coaching change and a shift in their front office.
A pretty rare situation. Seemed like there'd been a power struggle, and rather than choosing sides, the decision was to just make a fresh start. Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Karolinko into the lane, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. You've seen some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Pass to Jokic. Jokic gets it done right in front, in close.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Over in the corner, McDaniels. Now, Reddish. He's got 6. A nice shot by McDaniels. McDaniels got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Johnson outside. Pass to Jokic. To the middle. Here's Kirilenko. Nice defense from McDaniel.
He'll miss some of these from time to time, especially when he feels some pressure on the way up.
And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Outside Jackson.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter. 2 minutes.
McDaniels outside. No good on the shot.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Murray outside. Rebound, Minnesota.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
The 3 from Johnson. Kirilenko. It's good on the putback. Kirilenko's got 6 in the quarter.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
The 3 from Johnson. Nice defense from McDaniel. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Nuggets trail by 6. There's 38 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Podziemski. Second shot opportunity. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Good hustle right there. I love that effort. Just a little late in the act.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throw of the contest. Timberwolves lead by 3. It's Reed, high post. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pass to Kuminga. Here's Fleming. Back to Kuminga. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Puts up a deep 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. But
36.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. The Nuggets trail by 3. They set the screen. Here's Podziemski. Off target on the 15-footer.
Operating from mid-range. That's a shot he likes. I mean, I'm sure he'd love to have that one back.
So, Clark, looking at the history of the Timberwolves, they're in the most successful stretch ever.
Yeah, you look at the first 24 seasons, Minnesota won just 2 playoff series total. They've won 4 rounds in the last 2 years alone in the playoffs. You know, what's been the key if you ask that question? I'd say having that guy Anthony Edwards is where you start.
Screen by Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And it's not everybody who needs hops to finish at the rim. Valanciunas just needs to be an arm's length of the bucket to throw it down.
Here's Podziemski. Pass to Brown. Reed with the steal. From deep. Back to Moody. Here's Fleming. In the corner, Reed with it. 5 to shoot. Outside, Kuminga. Nice heat from Valanciunas. And so Brown will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. They trail by 3. They start a long road journey there. That'll be the first of a 7-game road trip. Inside. Here's Brown. Finished off the break.
Brown does a lot of stuff well, but I think he's at his best in the open floor.
It's stolen by Valanciunas. Right wing. Pass to Podziemski. The kick out to Brown. And here's Valanciunas. 5 on the clock. Here's Brown. It's deflected. And he jams it in.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
And we've got a timeout from David Adelman. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what the Nuggets coach was going over with his team. And coach challenged the team, asking them to bring the fight inside, telling them to play with pride, telling the team, you're getting bullied near the hoop. Let's see if it works, guys.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you.
Daniels going upstairs with an athletic move.
Now, here's Jokic. And the layup is off. Minnesota in the lead. Here's McDaniels. Oh, good on the layup. Murray outside. Jokic a screen.
Murray is a guy who gets to the line a lot. He's a little more explosive than he appears, and he knows how to draw contact.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. And so Murray nails both of them.
We've come to expect this from him in these situations. Extremely calm under pressure.
Edwards. The 3 ball from Anthony Edwards.
He's got that clutch gene. It's in his DNA for sure.
And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. Minnesota leading by 3. Now Reed. Jokic with the steal. Layup, no good. McDaniels in the post. Edwards with it. Now defended by Jokic. And the layup is off. Here's Denver now. Oh, throw it down, Nikola Jokic.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot. Save McDaniels. What a moment. Huge bucket there. A huge delivery by Brown. He continues to expand his role in the clutch.
Here's McDaniel. Outside Edwards. It's stolen by Brown. And he banks the layup in. That shot eliciting a roar from this gigantic crowd.
Guys, more than a roar. More like an explosion.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Johnson left side. Outside Murray. Outside Jokic. Here's Murray. 6 to shoot. Johnson. And there's the 3.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit. You know, I don't think it's ever too late to make a sweet dime. I mean, even if you're halfway through your shot, you might find a better one with 4 teammates.
So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's going to happen. How is this thing going to play out?
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well.
Yeah, sometimes a little trip away from home can do good. The guys tend to band together. It can be good for team chemistry, especially if the outcome is successful.
Stan, one thing you have to appreciate about these two squads is how energetic and athletic they are.
Yeah, look, even in a league of elite athletes, these teams stand out. The pace is going to be pushed tonight, so that remarkable stamina is going to be tested on both sides.
Edwards, no good. And so Banchero will bring it up for the Magic. Pass to Carter. Back to Banchero. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, and Reed with a block. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's McDaniels. Finished off the break.
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Pass to Walsh. Intercepted. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Well, that's a smart pass by Reed. Very unselfish. It's still hard to believe this guy wasn't drafted.
And while they've continued to progress into an elite defense, The Magic knew they had to improve offensively.
And balancing a roster is tricky, B.A. You don't want to lose that defensive identity, but you got to give up something to get something back.
He can play big and tough. I mean, Banchero bangs his way in.
Back to Edwards. To the inside. Reed. Jones grabs the board.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Now here's Banchero. And the layup falls.
Well, that's where you want to get Banchero the ball. He's got great touch around the basket.
Here's Edwards.
Look out!
Oh, my goodness!
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
That one goes in.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And stolen by Jones. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Well, that's what Jones brings to the table. He's one of the top defenders in the league. Credit him for that steal to start the break.
Here's McDaniels. Rebound by the Magic. Inside. Knocked loose. McDaniels with a steal. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. That one on Banchero.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
McDaniels, that's good.
Yeah, that's a good sign for McDaniels. They need him to shoot with confidence.
The #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, B.A. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Magic are building something. Paolo Banchero said, quote, "It's been a long time coming. The fans have been waiting for the Magic to be good and to be challengers, even contenders. There is a lot of excitement in the city right now. We're just building and feeding off of that." Brian, back over to you.
They've got their fans fired up. All right, thank you, Allie. 55 seconds left in the first quarter here. Jones with some nice D. And stolen by Edwards. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Showing off his power. Reed gave the dunk everything he had.
Carter inside. Uses the glass on the layup. Carter's got 6 points.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the three ball.
Pass to Edwards. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
Edwards plays with such velocity.
Banchero no good. Left side, Edwards. Reed for 3. That one is off. It's been all about Jaden McDaniels for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Minnesota.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
Yeah, and also a great job hustling on turnovers and turning them into points. Defense creating offense so far in this one.
Here he goes. And Shannon gets it to go.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, B.A. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
Outside Moody. Close in. Moses Moody.
Yeah, this team wants Kuminga to do that more. Pass it with a purpose.
Outside Barrett. Pass to Shumpert. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Here's Reed. To the left side wing. To the wing on the left.
Right here.
Here's Fleming. Still no points. It's good.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Outside for Ingram. Pass to Shumpert. And here's Smith. Fleming grabs the miss. Here's Shannon. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Reed, no good. Smith outside. Now Ingram. Picked by Smith. Launches it with the tip. Well, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I love the relentless attitude he showed there. Got himself in great position under the glass.
He had the presence of mind to know exactly where the rebound was going. Pass to Shumpert with the 10-footer. Grant, you are a Hall of Fame small forward, so you know a bit about the position. What's key in excelling at the three?
Well, B.A., you have to be able to space the floor. We almost never see a 3 or even 4 who can't make threes. And on the other end, lots of times you're matched up with quick guards.
Over to the wing. 6 to shoot. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Well, just inexcusable not to finish that one off, especially since the defense wasn't really a factor.
Reed, no good. Orlando calls timeout. Well, after the Magic traded away Dwight Howard back in 2012, seems like they spent about a decade in limbo, Grant.
That's so true, B.A. And once they finally committed to building through the draft, the turnaround was pretty rapid, showing the upside of drafting and developing from the ground up.
So both teams making some changes here. .151 left in the second. Left side Ingram. Pass to Whitmore. Now here's Thomas. Shoots over Reed. Here's Smith. Outside for Ingram. Takes a three. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
It's good on the putback.
The effort, the position, the timing, all there.
And add instincts to that. He can sense where the rebound's going to go. It's Thomas on the wing. Outside Whitmore. Shot clock at 5. Orlando needs to get off a shot here. Thomas misses. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Stan, you look at Naz Reid. He gives you some size, but he is a dangerous scorer, especially from the perimeter.
Absolutely, B.A. And also, Reid is one of the most entertaining players to watch. So many deflections, blocks, dunks, hits threes. He does it all. Well, everything about Edwards' drive makes it dangerous. His speed, his agility, and his lack of fear.
And the Magic pushing it up now. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Orlando shooting their first free throws of the game. First one falls for him.
Well, to me, Carter is that classic lunch pail guy. He's big, tough, does the little things, and never complains about his role.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. McDaniels. The rebound by Murray. Magic trail by 8.
You'd like to let the clock run and take the final shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
And now the T-Wolves on the break. Shoots it from the corner. No good. And so it's Minnesota finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. We'll be right back with you shortly. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thank you, guys. Well, Paolo Banchero has the Seattle skyline tattooed on his shoulder, and he says guys from there naturally have a chip on our shoulder because we feel like we're not seen as much as some of the other places around the country. Being born and raised, my mom and dad from there, it's in my blood. Back to you.
A lot of pride in his hometown. Thanks a lot, Allie. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to go on Cam Reddish.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And prior to last season, the Timberwolves had never won a playoff series in consecutive seasons, Stan.
Yeah, and so now they make the conference finals 2 seasons in a row. The most sustained success this franchise has ever known.
Pass to Edwards. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
And in the last 2 possessions, they've painted a picture of what not to do. Just way too loose with the basketball.
Magic trail by 6. And here's Banchero. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little over 9 points a game. Here's Jones. And the dunk by Jones.
Well, that's great concentration by Jones. He is mentally tough.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Edwards with it. He's got 6. Outside Carter. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Carter's got 10.
Well, and that's where Carter wants the ball. Foul line down.
Pass to McDaniels. Good. The assist goes to Edwards. 12 points now in the game for Jaden McDaniels.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
To the left wing. Shot clock at 6. Walsh. Reed with the rebound. The Timberwolves lead by 3. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Drops in the 3. Give him 8 points now.
Well, in terms of assist numbers, there's been a steady increase for Edwards in his career. Great recognition there.
Murray deciding where to go with it. Carter on the wing. Banchero the screen. For 3. Carter can't get it to go. And Minnesota with possession here. They've led by as much as 10. They've got the Lakers ahead of them in their next game in Los Angeles. They're kicking off a 4-game road trip. Everyone talks about Jaden McDaniels' defense, and for good reason, Stan.
Well, B.A., one way to get a lot of playing time is to be the best at something. McDaniels is a total lockdown defender on the wing. He can guard anybody. Among the best athletes in this league, Anthony Edwards taking flight.
Outside Carter. On the wing, Jones. Picked by Carter. From downtown. And Jones, good for 3. Jones has got 6 in the quarter.
And Jones has made huge strides as a three-point shooter since his rookie season. He's now a serious threat from out there.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. Minnesota shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. And so he hits the technical free throw. And after that surprising Karl Anthony Towns trade, it took time for Minnesota to gel.
Yeah, last season some inconsistency, but they seemed to find a groove down the stretch, capping it off with a deep run.
And the Magic call time here. .125 left in the third. Here's Shannon. 5 to shoot. Pass to Reed. The short one's on the money. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
Here's Whitmore. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy. Focused on finishing firm at the rim. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see from Smith. Now, it's important for him to make strides as a playmaker.
Pass to Shannon. Picked by Reed. Down low. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Uh-oh, Kuminga on the take. And Kuminga throws it down.
Wow, watching Kuminga take flight, that is awesome.
Pass to Shumshay. Now Ingram. Shoots over Kuminga. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. The T-Wolves on top, up by 4. And don't go away. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. Timeout, Magic. Send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard the Magic coach as he addressed his team. And he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakdowns, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
Pass to Fleming. Blocked!
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
They now take the lead. And the Magic lead by 1. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for Orlando.
Well, their shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You gotta love that intensity.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of running. Attacking when they get the chance. Always a great idea.
Back to Kuminga. There's the steal. Back to Thomas. Going inside. Outside Ingram. They set the pick. Whitmore goes in. Got a piece of it.
Yeah, the coaching staff has to love that. That's high-level defense from Kuminga. Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
Out to the wing. Pass to Whitmore. Thomas outside. Oh, it's rebounded by Kuminga. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Fleming. There's the drive. He got it.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Here's Shumshay. Oh, he can't get the layup. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Touches it off the glass.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
Can't get it to go. The Timberwolves lead by 6. Here's Fleming. Barrett with a rebound. Here's Shumshay. Ooh, using 2 hands to power it down.
Making sure of it with the 2-man slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. And the free throw, no good. Up top, Reddish. Now McDaniels. He takes it in. Banks it home. Big shot.
Well, McDaniels has really found a flow offensively, and he's just going to ride it as long as he can.
Thompson outside. Stolen by Jackson. And now the T-Wolves on the break.
That couldn't have gone better for them. Forget about playing it safe. They're looking to finish it off with style.
Timeout. Magic. Orlando making some changes. Ooh, he leaves no question.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go full. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Rebounded by McDaniels. And here's McDaniels. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've led by as much as 10. Edwards. The shot is money.
Look, he's the kind of player that has you awake at 3 a.m. asking yourself, how do I stop that?
Here's Walsh. Outside Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Banchero. Jones. McDaniels with a rebound. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. We've got 13 seconds left in the game. From deep three-point land. Oh, it's off target. So it's Minnesota picking up the win. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Yes, so true.
This is Brian Anderson, joined courtside by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. Tip-off goes to Minnesota. Left side, Edwards. Jackson on the wing. Into the lane. And the dunk by Jackson.
The B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and one foot. Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. Well, Grant, this is the third season under this front office for the Wizards.
And bringing experience from years working for the Oklahoma City Thunder, their commitment level to building the right way is rock solid. I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Now here's Coulibaly. And there's the drive. And he throws it down with one hand.
I guess you don't need two hands when one will suffice.
Hey, as long as you don't lose control.
Yeah, I like the variety, though. Nice to switch it up.
Here's Reddish. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line. The Timberwolves making it to their second straight Western Conference Finals last year, Clark.
Yeah, you know, what impressed me the most, I think, was making it last year as a 6th seed. Gelling down the stretch of the season. They struggled for a good part of the season, but the last third or so of the season, they really came together. Just did not have quite enough to make it to the final.
Now here's Edwards. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. Back to Okongwu. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. 6 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Porter pulls it in. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Jackson for three. On target from range. Jackson's got his third basket of the night. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
Yeah, we got to talk about how pestering they've been on defense, forcing turnovers and finding ways to score off them.
Edwards flexing on them now, bully ball inside.
Pass to Sarr. Right side, Porter. Sarr a screen. Porter gets the bucket. Porter's got 6.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thank you. Anthony Edwards keeps a tight circle. He said, I've known my whole crew since I was 13, and that's the answer to everything. And the crew includes those voices of wisdom, too. He said, quote, I keep those types of friends around. I'm not the type that always listens, but I'll listen to my elders. Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Left side, Coulibaly. Pass to Sarr. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Yeah, in the lane there. I mean, that's easy money for Sarr.
There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter here. Edwards can't hit.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. 40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Carrington. Wagner with a screen. Lets it fly. And another miss by Washington.
There's no way that's the best look this offense can produce.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
And here's Carrington. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. Gets it up. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's Minnesota up 4. And quarter number 2.
Washington, 10.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Timberwolves?
Simply put, they look totally fearless on the defensive end.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
Lays out. Porter with the steal. Here's Thibault. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
Pass to Moody. They get it again. Outside Kuminga. Here's Moody. Second shot opportunity. Good work defensively by Carrington.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
The role of the big man has evolved over the years. What's been the most noticeable change to you, Clark?
B.A., and it's not just the big man. I just think the overall athleticism of all of the players, certainly the big guys, stand out because they're now taking the ball rack to rack. They can go in traffic with the dribble. They're more mobile on defense because defenses switch a lot now. I mean, it's not all about being in the paint just because you're a big guy. They play all over the place.
2 on the clock. And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And the Wolves still seeking their first title, Clark.
Yep, the Lakers won 5 championships when they played in Minneapolis, VA, way in the day. The Timberwolves joined the league in 1989, and they're still trying to bring another basketball title to the city.
So both teams changing it up here. Pass to Porter. Back to Carrington. Clock at 6. The Wizards need to get off a shot here. And Caldwell Pope gets it to go.
That is a shot he loves. KCP, very accurate from the corner.
Here's Fleming. Outside, Alexander Walker. And they're on the break. That one goes. Count it. Carrington's got his first 2 points.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And Washington with possession. Good momentum. 8 straight points. Drives to the hoop. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Nickeil Alexander-Walker picks one up.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And he can't hit the second. Left side Reddish. Yes, and it's Edwards picking up the assist.
You know, the defense locks so much into Edwards that it creates opportunities for others.
Porter a screen. Pass to Caldwell Pope. And here's Coulibaly. Now Porter. Edwards pulls it in. And they double up Edwards. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Lets the 3 fly. Caldwell Pope pulls it in. The Wizards with a lead. Talking about KCP, Kentavious Caldwell Pope. He gives your team a veteran presence, Clark.
Yeah, battle-tested. He's a champion, tough-minded. You know what you're going to get from him. He's physical. He makes shots. I mean, all of that is value added when you talk about KCP.
Pass to Reddish. Back to Okongwu. Goes up from the top of the key. Reddish misses.
I wouldn't count on him missing the mid-range shot again. That's a good look for him.
And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Caldwell Pope. From downtown, he's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
I think Caldwell Pope has done a nice job developing into a legit deep ball threat.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Wizards are letting their young guys learn on the fly. Guard Bub Carrington said the whole organization communicates to us often. We drafted you guys for a reason, they say. Don't be scared to make a mistake. Play your game, use the things that got you here, and see if it sticks. Guys, back over to you.
Learning on the job. All right, Allie. Thanks a lot. Timberwolves trail by 7. And Edwards slams it in.
Offensively, Edwards is at his best, in my opinion, when he's getting downhill.
And we've got 28 seconds left in the first half. Coulibaly drives in.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to getting the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Here's Reddish. Can't cash in the 10-footer. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Washington shooting their 4th attempt at the line tonight. For 3, Caldwell Pope. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Washington Wizards up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Down low. Here's Porter. Over McDaniels. Porter's shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 8. Pass to Jackson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jackson's got 9 points.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
An area of the floor where Jaden McDaniels really excels. Defense.
Yeah, he's a strong perimeter defender. He's got great length, good anticipation, and he's competitive. I mean, those are the things that allow him to shut guys down on occasion.
To have a big who's great at the line, such a plus.
Inside. And the jam by Walker.
He's been playing great, unselfish basketball. Really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
Sinks it from distance. He's got 10.
The challenge with defending Edwards, he's a 3-level scorer.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Coulibaly. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Boy, he's had a solid performance at the offensive end. Rock solid, providing that stability.
Wizards leading by 7. Al Thibault. Outside Coulibaly. To the inside. And finished off by Sarr.
The Frenchman, s'il vous plaît. Taking flight. You gotta like Sarr.
Okongwu, no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. An opportunity to pad the lead.
And B.A., if they can push it into double digits, that's tough to overcome.
Pass to Walker. Takes the three. Drains the triple. Walker's got 5 now.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Well, he's still battling, doing everything possible to keep them in this game.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Pass to Thibault. Just 5 on the clock. Now here's Walker. McDaniels covering. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. To the middle. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
And Carrington, here we go. Here's Walker. Caldwell Pope with it. Give him 8 points now. Here's Thibault. Off the mark there with a 3.
Impressive closeout on a skilled shooter. That is how you defend shots from downtown.
Rocketing right off the floor. Explosive jam by McDaniel.
And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Both teams deciding to change it up. Washington leading by 9. Left side Carrington. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Sara screen. Now Coulibaly. And finished off by Sarr.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to see from Sarr. Owning the glass and then finishing the play.
And it's Alexander Walker penetrating. Uses the glass on the layup. Alexander Walker's gotten his first basket of the night.
Boy, they have finally found their shooting touch after a rough first half.
Pass to Porter. And there's the rejection. And here's Kuminga. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. And Kuminga throws it down.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Kuminga down low. Right wing. Here's Reed. And the three-pointer goes. Reed's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And so it's Washington with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Timberwolves trail by 6. Here's Shannon. Pass to Fleming. Outside Kuminga. Here's Fleming. Porter with the steal. Wagner inside. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Washington.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
Yeah, one thing I think they should continue doing is attacking the break. Because right now, this defense has no answer for them when they do this. Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Wagner. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Wagner's got his first points in this one.
Wagner grinding down low. Big man putting in the work. Pass
to Fleming. Back to Reed. Wagner with a steal. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Now here's Coulibaly. Wagner with a screen. Down low. Minnesota with a rebound. That's the first of a 3-game trip out on the road for them. And Kuminga throws it down.
Oh, it's so easy for Kuminga to rise up to the rim.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. And Washington making a change here. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Brian Keefe was saying to the team. He said to his guys, this one is not over yet. You have worked hard for this lead, and we are not about to give it up now. Stay focused and keep hustling. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Coulibaly drives in. Porter. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Jaden McDaniels picks one up.
Love the old school fake by Porter Jr., bringing them in closer to make sure he draws the foul.
Porter hits them both. Well, officials have never been under greater scrutiny, so development is key, Grant. And I read now they have a training app refs can use on their phones.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the players leveraging electronics to train smarter. And it's great to see the officials making use of technology as well.
We've seen McDaniels improve as a decision maker, and it shows with passes like that.
Outside Johnson. Porter in the post. Oh, he can't get the layup. It's gone from beyond the arc.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Outside Coulibaly. Now Porter. Tipped. McDaniels. Ooh, he leaves no question.
Jaden McDaniels, what a moment. Huge bucket there.
Outside Coulibaly. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter.
Ooh, important points from Sarr. And just great recognition of the moment. Don't see that in a lot of young players. Wow.
Edwards is who you want to go to in the clutch when you need points, and will usually find a way to get them for you.
Coulibaly on the wing. Let's loose for three. Okongwu with the rebound. The Timberwolves trail. Outside McDaniels. Oh, it's no good. That would have tied it. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Here's Porter. Sarr screen. Off on the layup. And Minnesota with possession here. Now Okongwu. McDaniels a screen. And there's a 3-second call. This one on the defense. And the technical free throw is good.
There are not many players you'd rather have at the line there. Those free throws were huge.
To take the lead. Oh, the slam off a fantastic lead pass. What a play.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Now here's Carrington. And here's Caldwell Pope. Porter.
And if you can't force the turnover on that play, then that's not a bad foul.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. It is the one saving grace of that situation.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives him a lead. And Chris Finch has called timeout. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. How do you think this is going to play out?
And this is what it's all about. This shot could win the game. Not much time left, but they have just enough to execute a play.
Edwards, the three is off. And so it's Washington who scrapes by with the win. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the pressure was on, they stepped up and worked twice as hard to overcome it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from downtown Minneapolis. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. The Timberwolves again playing host, continuing their homestand in this one. Now, Okongwu after the missed three from Damian Lillard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one is on Holiday.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. So Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves franchise player. G.A., how good do you think he can be?
Well, some were ready to anoint him the new face of the league. But if they're to win the franchise's first title, there's another level he's got to reach.
He's with the ball. Now Avdia defending.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Now, here's Lillard. He's provided them with some scoring punch and is averaging 13 points a game.
I tell you, not only does Klingon set sturdy screens, he knows how to make himself available for the pass.
Here's Okongwu. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Edwards looking it over.
And an excellent defender. The way Holiday disrupts and stays active and engaged on this end, outstanding.
Pass to Klingon. His three-pointers off the mark.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Edwards can't hit.
Wow, you got to commend the defensive effort right there. It really made a difference.
Avdia gets the bucket.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Screen by McDaniel. To the middle. Knocked away. Outside Holiday. They get the rebound. Over Edwards. Holiday gets the bucket.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
Tim, walk me down the Donovan Klingon pick at number 7 in the 2024 draft. What do you think the thinking was there?
Well, Kevin, I just think people viewed him as a winner, a 2-time collegiate champion, and then most importantly, that rare young big man that wants to play center and anchor the paint.
And Reddish with the slam.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Lillard with no one around. Drains the three-pointer.
Incredible range. Lillard makes these deep shots look like they're effortless.
Edwards drives in. Greg, Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so. And can do it all on the floor. As complete of a wing as you'll find in our league.
So for the Trailblazers, and we were talking about, Tim, the front office, the Blazers very pleased with their internal development.
Well, the pieces fit. They're not just young players looking to score, but you have guys who are willing to defend and make hustle plays. That's how you build a winning culture.
And Henderson throws it down hard.
And Henderson doesn't need any extra motivation to head straight for the rim.
And Okongwu gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Trailblazers leading by 5. Here's Roy. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. 1:02 left to play in the first. Here's Okongwu. And Bull pulls it down. The Blazers on offense. They're on a 14-4 run. Back to Sharp. Goes back up. Bull can't hit.
Defense did just enough to force that miss. I really expected him to get 2 there.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Roy from outside. Nope, not that time. Nothing for 2 from the field. Pass to McDaniels. Out to Edwards. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. And we reached the end of the first quarter. The Trailblazers lead by 5. From Target Center, back in a moment. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Well, it's hard to get stops in this league with so much talent offensively. I love what they are doing right now.
Boy can't hit. Timberwolves trailed by 5. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thank you. The Portland Trailblazers, in year 3 of a rebuild, wins are hard to come by in the loaded West. But acquiring young, talented players like Denny Avdia is a nice start. He said, quote, "The team is young, we're real athletic, we all compete, everybody wants to work and wants to improve." Kevin?
Young and hungry. All right, Ellie, thank you for the report. And then Henderson with the dunk.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
Here's Henderson. And it's Reed pulling it down. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And Kuminga throws it down.
Yeah, Kuminga will look for any opportunity to throw it down.
Pass to Sharp. Here he goes. Portland with a new 14. Second shot opportunity. Bull can't hit. Timberwolves trailed by 5. And taken away by Roy. Henderson, no one around him. Portland again missing. And the Timberwolves with possession here. And Tim, it came out this past summer that the Trailblazers were for sale.
And with the entirety of the proceeds of that sale going to charitable causes, and with franchise values skyrocketing league-wide, a lot of good is going to come from this transfer.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
Outside Roy. Pass to Sharp. Just 5 on the clock. It's rebounded by Kuminga. The Timberwolves trail. Here's Moody. The long distance three is there. Moody's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Screened by Grant. Now, here's Sharp. Plays it up off the glass. Sharp's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, nice job executing inside. Sharp's confidence is what makes him such a dangerous player.
And so Grant will bring it up for Portland. Henderson attacking. And Bull wide open. He shoots. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And now a 7-point Trailblazer lead. Pass to Fleming. Here's Reed. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Back to Moody. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely. Moody's got 5.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
A drive by Henderson. No good from Grant. Here's Minnesota. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Reed. Here's Fleming. Now, here is Reed. Bull covering. A nice shot by Reed.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
Screen by Bull. Here's Roy. And Brandon Roy with the slam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's the Trailblazers. They're up by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Back to McDaniel. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Portland leading by 5. Now Lillard. Pass to Klingon. The kick out to Holiday. Lillard outside. Driving in.
That first step of Lillard, deadly.
And Minnesota has possession. Greg, when you talk about the all-time great three-point shooters, Damian Lillard is right up there.
Without a doubt. Steph is the clear number 1, but that second spot is up for debate. And it's between guys like Harden, Ray Allen, and Dame.
And that's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right after the other.
Here is Lillard. He has 5. Outside Holiday. Back to Lillard. 5 to shoot. Pass to Klingon. Okongwu grabs the board. Timberwolves trail by 7. Down low. Rebounded by Kamare. Now Klingon. They set the screen. Lillard attacking. And then Lillard slams it in.
Yeah, Lillard has those ups. He can get to the rim when he wants to.
Outside Jackson. Back to Edwards. Edwards, he is a bruiser.
Well, to stop him, you have to get better rim protection than that.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Lillard attacking. Here's Klingon. Drains the 19-footer. Klingon's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks. Well, Damian Lillard talked about what it would mean to his legacy to win a title. He said, my body of work does speak for itself. I don't think I have to prove it to anybody. It's more for myself, honestly. And I just want to be like, yeah, I've done all these things, but I want a championship too. Back to you.
Chasing that ring. Okay, Allie, thanks. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night.
Lillard with it. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And really the only question going forward for Clingan, can he keep up with the foot speed in the NBA?
And Clingan drops them both. And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team fairly deep with size up front,
that can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
Clement, and he jams it with authority.
What a great pass. It was on time and on target.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And it's Henderson with the ball for the Trailblazers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Grant outside. And the dunk by Grant.
Jeremy Grant. Look at those ups.
Over to the left wing. Banked in off the glass. Fleming's got 4 this quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Roy. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
GA, despite their youth, this Blazers team showing some grit at the defensive end of the court.
Yeah, very disruptive. Length on the perimeter. Donovan Clingan towering in the paint. And Chauncey Billups on the sidelines preaching that hard-nosed approach.
Oh, and the jam by Sharp.
We'd heard the stories about Sharp and how impressive his vertical is. Now we see it on full display. A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Here's Roy. And then Roy with the dunk.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Trailblazers leading by 10. Anderson looking it over. And Sharp has it in the corner. Outside for Roy. Picked by Williams. 6 to shoot. Got a hand on it. And they'll keep possession. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line.
And the energy of Williams, it's infectious. Amazing at using it to block shots, rebound, score, whatever they ask of him. Wow, what, do he have something in his eye on that shot? Maybe. And not what we're accustomed to seeing from him at all from the free throw line.
And here's Portland. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The first free throw is good.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
And both free throws good for Roy. Well, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, one that doesn't get talked about enough. Length. Players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt, and that wing position. It feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player.
Here's Roy. Here's Bull. Screen by Bull. Here's Avdia. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Bull. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, you can't make them all, but I doubt the defense wants to give him that kind of look again.
Trailblazers leading by 9. Lillard outside. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
There's a screen. And stolen by Bull. Avdia with it. Guarded now by Jackson. There's a screen by Kamara. Knocks down the 3. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Blazers?
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
Well, one thing that has stood out to me, and it's been a major difference maker, is they're playing with great pace, getting out on the break every chance they get.
And Okongwu gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Driving the lane, Bull, and the layup is off. Timberwolves trailed by 12. Edwards with the dunk of the night.
And what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
Holiday outside. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. Kamara with it. Okongwu covering. The shot is off. McDaniel rising up and ripping down the two-hand jam.
That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
There's a screen by Kamara. Now Bull launches it. Trained from outside.
Even when he's near the hoop, Lillard always aware of the open man on the perimeter.
Outside Edwards. Now McDaniel. Cleared away by Avdia.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Portland.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting, despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Brandon Roy.
Yeah, forcing turnovers and getting into guys' heads. That's how you shake up the offensive flow.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lillard surveying the D. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Blazer substitution. Number 23, Donovan Williams.
And so it's Portland winning this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
Well, folks, that
Thanks for being with us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, our reporter, Allie LaForce. You take a look at the Timberwolves.
They've got a big road trip coming up. They're going to be out there a long time. I'm curious to see how they respond. Can they be the ones to make the big plays at the end of the game?
And no shortage of sharp shooters for either of these teams.
And that allows you to be explosive and run up the scoreboard. So this game could be decided just by who's making the most shots. I mean, that's simplistic, but it's true. May the best percentage win.
Fast break, Minnesota. Outside McDaniels. Lets it go from deep. Knocks down the triple.
And that was from way outside. It's clear McDaniels has confidence in his long-range capabilities.
Pass to Turner. Sinks it from distance.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
To the inside. Oh, stolen by Turner. On the wing, Green. That one drops, and it comes off an assist from Porter.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The Timberwolves making it to their second straight Western Conference Finals last year, Clark.
Yeah, you know, what impressed me the most, I think, was making it last year as a 6th seed. Gelling down the stretch of the season. They struggled for a good part of the season, but the last third or so of the season, they really came together. Just did not have quite enough to make it to the final. What athleticism from Turner. My goodness. He loves getting chances to throw it down like that.
And, yep, it's good.
Reliable approach. Getting the ball in the paint and going to work.
Antetokounmpo outside. And he lays it up and in.
5 straight buckets to start the game. Off to a hot start.
Here's Okongwu. The rebound by Turner. Here's Milwaukee. 4-point game. On the wing, Green. Pass to Turner. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Turner's got 7.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
He kicks it out, takes advantage of the open space. That'll leave a defense scrambling.
Oh, got that one up quick.
Sneaking out to the corner, Porter Jr. He's somebody you cannot afford to lose track of.
Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Knocked loose. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. 1:36 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Rollins. Back to Antetokounmpo. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. He has 6.
I just love the ball movement.
You get the sense Giannis Antetokounmpo is hungry to get another title club.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, he's definitely in the prime of his career and would like to add another Larry O'Brien trophy to his collection. He is getting older, but again, I think he's still in his prime, and he knows that while time is short, another championship could set him apart from a lot of the greats.
And he comes up with a bucket. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
And I think we've also got to talk about the tempo they played with right from the get-go. I mean, they've been deadly in transition, too.
And it's Edwards with the ball for the T-Wolves. They trail by 6. McDaniels inside. And that one is hammered home.
Things are on point for McDaniels offensively, and his team doing a good job supporting his work.
Rollins gets the bucket.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already. Boy, he is fundamentally sound. Tough coverage.
Pass to Turner. Shoots over Okongwu. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on display for the Bucks, moving the rock and looking for a shot.
19.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter of action so far. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you, stat-wise?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Here's DiVincenzo. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That one on Reed. And you might think the toughest picks are set by the bruisers. But some say the shooters actually set the best screens. Why is that?
Well, the guy guarding a shooter doesn't want to leave their side. So when they screen you, you get no help.
And stolen by Bamba. Nice shot by DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo's got 4 points in the quarter.
DiVincenzo doing a nice job hustling on the fast break there, getting back in a hurry to finish the play.
Sends it home from three-point land.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
DiVincenzo can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 6. Pass to Fleming. Here's Shannon. Out to the right wing. And stolen by Bamba. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. The Timberwolves coach, Chris Finch, said, "We're a team based on movement, cutting, and fluidity. That burden also falls on Anthony Edwards to move and accommodate his teammates. For his part, Ant said his focus is being what the team needs me to be, a leader by example, and showing them that I'm coachable." Guys, back over to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And out of bounds. Milwaukee will have it. Here's DiVincenzo. Over to the wing. 4-3. And again, it's the Bucks missing. Timberwolves trailed by 4. You know, Clark last season saw the passing of Junior Bridgman, who played 10 seasons with the Bucks and whose jersey hangs in their rafters.
Yeah, he was a consistent, reliable scorer, just a quality teammate as well. But his legacy extends far beyond what he did in his 10-year career, which was quite impressive. His legacy as a businessman, philanthropist, community leader was in many ways unparalleled. Just a terrific guy and a great loss to Louisville, to the basketball family, but also to humanity. He was a shining star in all that he did for others.
Boy, it's been a minute since they last scored.
It has been. And at what point do you alter your strategy? Try to get back on track.
Hey, why settle for the layup when you can dunk it? DiVincenzo putting on a show on that drive.
DiVincenzo with the steal. Portis the screen. Right wing. Outside. DiVincenzo. Back to Portis. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. When you watch Bobby Portis, he's extremely physical, but he can also space the floor, Clark.
Yeah, I like that combination, B.A. It makes him a unique matchup and a tough matchup. I mean, one play he's thumping and bumping you around, and then on the next play, he's knocking down the 3, and he's doing it all with great energy and intensity.
Porter with it. Jackson in his pocket. Pass to Turner. There's the 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
To the middle. McDaniels with a steal. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Timberwolves.
The defense has been giving them plenty of mid-range jumpers, and they've been making them pay for that mistake.
And also, I like how they've let it fly from the three-point line, shooting with confidence so far in this one.
Left side, Porter. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Oh, too much Giannis down low.
The decision-making about Antetokounmpo is really brilliant, in a word. He knows when to spot up, he knows when to roll to the bucket off screen, and he knows when to give it up.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
I just love the aggressive finish.
Now, I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam.
That's exactly how you send it. Two hands and down.
Pass to Turner. Back to Antetokounmpo. McDaniels with some nice D.
Hey, even guys at his skill level will miss those from time to time. But it doesn't happen often.
Tie game in Milwaukee. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Antetokounmpo outside. Off the mark there with a 3.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And Grant, for everything else he's accomplished, Giannis hasn't quite mastered the three-point shot.
And you know, he hasn't had to, B.A. You want him inside, hitting on those high percentages, shutting down the lane defensively, and, of course, controlling the boards.
And the Wolves still seeking their first title, Clark.
Yep, the Lakers won 5 championships when they played in Minneapolis, B.A., way in the day. The Timberwolves joined the league in 1989. And they're still trying to bring another basketball title to the city. Ice cold coming out of the half. That's 0 for 3.
That shot, no good. The Timberwolves trail. Here's McDaniels. And he goes in for the dunk.
McDaniels going upstairs with an athletic move.
Here's Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And here's Edwards outside. Down it goes. Edwards for 3.
That skosh of space off the pick was all Edwards needed. Nice execution in the 2-man game right there.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play. So we'll see Giannis Antetokounmpo go to the line here. It's on Anthony Edwards. And it's Edwards with the ball for the T-Wolves. Next up, they'll take on the Rockets at Toyota Center. That'll be the second of 4 games total on the road for him. Here's Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo puts one in off the drive.
When it comes to stuffing the stat sheet, Antetokounmpo does it very well in just about every category. But his greatest strength is he's a dominant scorer.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Giannis Antetokounmpo talked about what keeps him going. He said the most important thing is to stay humble. At the end of the day, I realized that I wasn't supposed to be here. I'm just happy and I always want to be better and do better for my team. And that's what gives me joy. Brian, back to you.
You got to respect that mindset. Allie, we appreciate the report. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Gets the 3 ball to go. And now it's a 5-point Milwaukee lead.
You know, the NBA is all about the 3-point shot right now, and Prince can really shoot it from out there.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, the strength of Giannis.
He hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
To halt the run. Here's Okongwu. Kicks it out to Jackson. Clock at 6. Takes the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Jackson's got 5 now.
You know, the defense locks so much into Edwards that it creates opportunities for others.
Back to DiVincenzo. And stolen by Edwards. Ooh, it's stolen. Antetokounmpo outside. Back to Prince. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Giannis throws it down.
Giannis has tremendous physical attributes, but his confidence is something that separates him from most.
It's McDaniels on the wing. Back to Edwards. Edwards muscles it inside. Wow.
And their outside game is simply evaporated here in the second half. Not a lot of great looks from deep.
Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. Trent from long range. Okongwu with the rebound. McDaniels from long range. He buries it from 3. McDaniels got 20.
Right there, Daniels is saying, you got to come get me if you want to stop me.
Misses the jumper from the wing. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on display for the Bucks. 25 points and counting for him. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Here's Shannon. To the paint. Here's Fleming. Uses the glass on the layup. Fleming's gotten his first basket of the night. Boy, it's been a grinder, a back and forth all night.
Oh, 7 times the lead has changed. Neither team giving an inch.
Rodman, no good. Minnesota in the lead. Outside Moody. Here's Shannon. Deflected.
Wow, don't bring that in here. Porter's protecting his house.
Back to Porter. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Lets a floater go. Fleming, no good. The 3 from Prince. Fleming grabs a miss. Minnesota with the ball. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Here's Shannon. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throw.
Milwaukee making a switch here.
And right about now, at this point in the game, there can be a massive difference between a 2- and 3-point advantage.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
Here's Shannon. Here he goes. Boom! He jams it straight down.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner. Secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Drives to the hoop.
Just an incredible display of power. He attacked the rim with both hands.
Most definitely. That was a thunder dunk. Wow.
Yeah, for sure. That was a take no chances, take no prisoner slam right there, guys.
Yes, sir. It's good.
He's been so effective down the stretch, capitalizing on all his opportunities.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
And Minnesota with some changes. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Buries it from outside. Oh, couldn't have asked for a more hotly contested game.
These teams have swapped the lead 8 times. I believe it's coming down to the wire. Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range. No. Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
Now Edwards. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. Here's Green. Cuts off the pass. Now Edwards. Oh, no good on the dunk.
Come on. If you're going to go for the crazy dunk,
Better finish it. Now Turner. Now Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Okongwu. McDaniels outside. The putback.
those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
Green outside. The 3 is off. It's all come down to this one critical possession.
And B.A., you can feel the intensity in this arena. Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game.
Yes.
They can't afford to waste this shot.
Moments like this are what it's all about.
And Edwards, here we go. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Shot clock at 6. Nails it!
Seems like Edwards never stops competing and believing right until the final buzzer.
It's good from beyond the arc. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
And this is what it's all about. This shot could win the game. Not much time left, but they have just enough to execute a play.
Smith. Misses the 3. So it's a narrow victory for the Bucks, pulling it out for the W. What a performance they have here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
crowd is assembled here at the Target Center in Minneapolis, looking for the Timberwolves to have a victory here on their home floor. And we've got it for you live, right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. Last outing for Minnesota, the Wasp. Into his mid-30s, the veteran DeMar DeRozan holding up well, Greg.
And such a
oh, look at that!
Good read by McDaniels. This is the kind of team-first attitude he brings to the floor.
Screen by Sabonis. Inside, and stolen by Okongwu. Here's McDaniels, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. Stan, you and I were just talking. The scorekeepers are going to be busy tonight trying to keep up with all the back and forth. Two powerhouse offenses going at it head-to-head tonight.
You got that right, Kevin. One very important focal point to call out, transition. You know you're going to get scored on, but you got to push the ball back the other way and find some easy buckets of your own on the run.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. And Okongwu has it in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to Edwards.
Stretching it out a bit. Okongwu seldom takes shots from that range.
Back to Westbrook. Weber a screen. It's stolen by Edwards. Chris Webber comes up with a rebound. Outside Westbrook. He takes it in. Sabonis. Okongwu grabs the board. Outside for Jackson. Back to McDaniel. And finished off by McDaniel.
What bounce from McDaniels, just leaping into the air for that time. Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team fairly deep with size up front,
that can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
DeRozan for three. Oh, and he almost had a four-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for three. And from season to season, Coach, DeMar DeRozan remains incredibly consistent.
Yeah, look, he's consistent because he's extremely professional. This guy's always in shape, always ready to play. He knows what his game is, and he plays to that game. Something of a throwback because his game's built on the mid-range shooting, but everybody could use a DeMar DeRozan on their team. Love to see this kind of aggression from Okongwu. Great job playing with force inside.
Stolen by Jackson. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. And again, it's Minnesota converting. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into offense.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. Back over to you.
Fills it up with the best. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you.
DeRozan not trying to do too much inside.
Edwards, no good.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Pass to Levine. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Back to Levine. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
And Levine can do it all. He's not just a talented shooter. He can hurt you inside, too.
Here's Okongwu. That's short off the rim.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Okongwu. Jackson from long range. Sacramento grabs the miss. Pass to Weber. Over Edwards. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Hey guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Well, their defense was incredible. Wreaking havoc and coming up with steals left and right. Just a tremendous effort.
And Monk doesn't fool around when he's driving. He's got room to go up for the finish there, and he just lifts off with power.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Timberwolves leading by 4. Pass to Fleming. And there's the call on Precious Achiuwa. That is his first foul of the game. Sacramento on defense. Here's Reed. No good from outside. The Kings trailed by 4. Simmons on the wing. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Takes it inside. He just powered that one of the game's top dunkers. To the inside. Here's Achiuwa. A dunk by Achiuwa.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And Simmons slams it in.
That's what you want to see from Simmons, being aggressive and looking for his own shot.
And he finishes nicely on the layup. Fleming's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position. And the D was there, but it just wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Not against an athlete like this guy.
You're so right, Greg. The defense needs to be more than just there. I mean, it has to be perfect. Here's Achiuwa. No good. That would have tied it.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
Stan, teams track different officiating crews, don't they, and how they tend to call the game.
Yeah, they do, Kevin, and there are some organizations who do it more than others. I'm not a fan of it myself because I think it puts your players' focus on the officials and takes away from focusing on what they're supposed to be doing on the court. So I'm not a big fan of it.
Monk for 3. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2. Pass to Shannon. Here's Fleming. They set the pick. To the middle. In the corner. Reed with it. Hits it from 3-point range. Reed's got 5 points so far.
Defensively, if you're going to disrupt his rhythm, you have to put more pressure on him.
Back to Simmons. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And the closer Simmons gets to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes. I love watching him in attack mode.
Pass to Fleming. Out to the right wing. And here is Moody. And the slam by Moody.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
And here is Monk, defended by Moody. The shot by Monk is no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Fleming. to Shannon. Fires from deep. Ben Simmons with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And here is Achua. It's stolen. It's 2-on-1. And here we go. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Timberwolves have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Screen by Sabonis. And Westbrook, here we go. Sabonis, no good. Timberwolves leading by 7. Down low, Clinic. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
DeRozan for 3. And no good in the last second attempt this time. And so it's Minnesota ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Outside, Levine. And Levine throws it down.
Well, this is what good play calls do. They get your best scorers, like Levine, room to operate.
Hey, Greg, they dropped the interim tag for Doug Christie, as he's now the permanent head coach of the Kings.
Well, we'll have to see how permanent that is. The 5th head coach in the last 7 years. That seat is always hot in Sacramento.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks. Well, the son of Hall of Fame big man Arvydas Sabonis, Domantas said he was a 7-footer that could do everything, like a point guard. He's at a whole different level. I'm just another basketball player. He is a legend. But his father said Domantas is a warrior like me, and I'm very proud. Back to you guys.
Great stuff. Okay, Allie, we thank you. Levine's shot is off. Minnesota leading by 13. Here's Okongwu. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And here's Edwards from the arc. Bean with the rebound.
Well, that one didn't fall, but otherwise they've been excellent shooting the ball to start this half.
Pass to Sabonis. And nothing is falling for him right now. Here's Reddish. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Here's Edwards. Driving inside. And he gets it to go. Edwards got his second basket of the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Again, the miss by the Kings.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
You know, Stan, even at this late stage of his career, Mike Conley brings tremendous value to the team.
He sure does, Kevin. And look, we know this. No one brings more discipline and professionalism on a nightly basis. He keeps this team poised. He keeps his team organized. And he's a great mentor to the young players on this team.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Westbrook, no good.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Stolen by McDaniel. Edwards with it. Westbrook picks him up.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Right side, DeRozan to the paint. And so Sacramento again turning it over.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Pass to Okongwu. Good, and the assist goes to Edwards. 14 points for Onyeka Okongwu. Inside, here's Sabonis. And a slam dunk by Sabonis.
And just taking his frustration out on the rim. He ends a huge run by the Timberwolves.
A nice shot by McDaniel.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Pass to DeRozan. Goes up from the top of the key. Now Sabonis. Out to DeRozan. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Sabonis. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
A very physical player. Domantas basically forced his way through the foul area.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And you talk about the best center in the league. Sabonis, certainly Stan, is in that group.
He sure is, Kevin. The second Sabonis to be in that group. And look, this guy can do it all. He is one of the best passing bigs in the league. He's one of the best rebounding bigs in the league. And he can shoot the ball on the perimeter. A tough guy to deal with. Not a lot of players look as comfortable with the ball inside as Sabonis. He's a throwback big man.
Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
Yeah, really a perfect way to fit this.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. To the middle, here's Reed, and the dunk by Reed.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
To the inside, Achua. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Monk looking around for 3. Murray. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Goes the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Pass to Reed. And the shot goes down.
And becoming better at just knowing when to move the ball. Kuminga improving as a passer.
Now Monk. Defended by Moody. Reed with the steal. Shoots the 3. Moody's shot is off. Here's Sacramento. Pass to Achua. There's a screen by Murray. Down low. And Fleming pulls it down. Here's Moody. No good with the triple. Schroeder outside. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Outside, Kuminga buries the long-range jumper. Kuminga's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Picked away. Here's Reed, and the dunk by Reed.
Oh, rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
Schroeder, left side. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Against the rim with a two-handed slam.
Wow. Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Pass to Achua. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Going inside. Looking to end the run. Can't capitalize inside. Takes the 3. Murray with the defensive effort. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Monk, no one around him, hits the three-point bomb.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Timberwolves.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
Oh, here he comes. Oh, my goodness. Whew. The artist behind many iconic throwdowns, Russell Westbrook, putting on a show.
And finished off by McDaniel.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
On its way from DeRozan for two. Okongwu grabs the board.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
McDaniels on the wing. And here's Edwards from the arc. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Stolen by Jackson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That is his first foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Edwards with it. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy.